given, let's say, height of people, class, no? Or di kaya yung weight, hair color, kung pagsasama-samahin natin yan, nagko-converge siya to a common value, which is yung tinatawag natin na mean or the average class, no? Now, from that given average, paano natin malalaman how dispersed our data is? And gaano ba kalalayo yung bawat measurement, or let's say gaano ba kalalayo yung bawat values na yon sa data or observations that we have from the given mean. So, dyan na ngayon papasok yung measures of variation or the measure of dispersion. So, this will enable us to know how varied the observations are, whether there are extreme values in the distribution, or whether the values are very close to each other. If the measure of variation class is zero, so like for example, nakakuha kayo ng range of zero, variance is zero, it means that there is no variation at all. And the given observations are alike or homogeneous. Ibig sabihin, they are uniform, pare-parehas. Otherwise, if hindi zero pero farther than the value of zero, that means
Ingin nyo
they are
naman!
heterogeneous or magkakaiba. So these are the common measures of variations that we have: the range, the mean absolute deviation, variance, standard deviation, the quartile deviation, and the interquartile range. Among the given measurement class, ang weakest form of measure natin is the range. And ang strongest measurement naman is the variance, followed by the standard deviation. So isa-isahin natin to. Una, we have the range. So range class is the simplest form of measuring the variation of a given distribution. So paano kinukuha? Paano siya naging simple? Kasi dito, we are simply checking what is the highest and the lowest observation. Then subtract nyo lang yun, may value ka na. So this is simple to compute and is useful when you wish to evaluate the whole of a data set. And this is also useful for showing the spread within a dataset and for comparing the spread between similar dataset. Like for example, we have the following data. So data number 1, 4, 6, 6, 7, 10, 11, and 12. So kung gusto mong kunin yung range, highest is 12, lowest is 4, 12 minus 4, that is 8. Data number 2, 2, 8, 13, 18, 23, 23, and 30. So, ang highest natin is 30, ang lowest is 2. That's why for the range, that will be equal to 28. So, ganun lang siya. Another, for data number 3, suppose we have a group of scientists that went on the mountain range in Sierra Madre. And then, makit sila doon to study different species of plants existing in that area. So, yung group of scientists daw, may mga ages na 34, 35, 45, and so on. Random, no? So, ano daw yung range of their ages? So, bale, for its highest age, that is 56. For its lowest age naman, we have 25. So, 56 minus 25, that will be equal to 31. So, dun sa midterm group project ninyo, class, no? Kung kukunin nyo yung range, let's say, age or yung height. So, kunin nyo lang yung pinakamataas na value, then yung pinakamababang value, subtract nyo lang, may answer na kayo. Okay po, pwede nyo i-filter or i-sort yung data, pwede rin naman na kahit hindi na. Pero much better if nakasort para at least sure na sure kayo na yun talaga yung highest and the lowest. Okay? So next, we have the mean absolute deviation or the MAD. So MAD is a set of data wherein we are getting the average distance of each data value and the given mean. So dito twice tayong kukuha ng mean class, no? Mean ng raw score tapos mean nung bawat distances from the data value and your mean. So this is our formula for ungrouped data class, no? You have the summation of the absolute value of x minus x bar all over n. For group data, ito yon, may frequency pa siya, pero again, magpo-focus lang tayo on the ungrouped data. So, and here is how many data or what are the raw scores? How many raw scores do we have in a data set? So, like for example, ayan, we have this one. So, as our first step, we need to find the mean. Then, second step mo, hanapin mo yung distances. And lastly, find the average of those differences. So say this is the given data set class, no? So yung data value daw is represented by an X. So itong mga naka-color blue dito, yun yung raw score natin. So this is 48, this is 52, then kung 56 to, this is 54, this is 55, then 58, 59, 60, tapos 62. So, tigwa 1 unit lang per guhit class, no? So, with that, from the given data set, itong mga raw scores na to, kung kukunin natin yung average, that is equal to 56. So, yun din yung pino-point out ng mean dito na arrow. So, with that, as your second step, hanapin mo gaano ba kalayo yung bawat raw score from the mean. Like, for example, si 48, how far does 48 from 56? And di subtract mo lang. Kaya meron kang 8 dito. Another, how far is 52 from 56? That is 4. Si 54, 2. Si 55, 1. Hanggang sa maubos mo lahat yon class, no? So, sa pinaka-last, 62. And 62 is 6 units away from the given mean. So, with that, paano natin kukunin yung average distance? Eh, di ba, pag average, add up lang naman, divided by total. So, 8 numbers to. Add nyo lang lahat. Hindi kasama yung mean class, ha? Hindi nakasama yon. So, ito lang, yung mga distances. 8, 4, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. So, divided by 8, therefore, the MAD is equal to 3.75. The average distance between each data value and the mean is 3.75 contact. Okay? So, check natin another example. So, let's say this is the table. Kindly read our given example, Miss Punzalan.
Table shows the maximum space of 8
One roller coasters. The table shows the maximum speeds of 8 roller coasters at an amusement park. Find the mean absolute deviation of the set of data. Describe what the mean absolute deviation represents.
Okay, thank you for that. So, this is the table which shows the maximum speeds daw ng roller coaster. So, kung 8 roller coasters yan, malamang makikita nyo dito ay walang raw scores or data set plus, no? So, 58 miles per hour, 88 miles per hour, 40 miles per hour, and so on and so forth. So, ngayon, first thing to do is to find the mean of that given data set. And kung kukunin daw natin yung mean nun, that will be equal to 64. So, 64 miles per hour. Next thing to do is to find how far does the given data set from your mean, which is 64. So, kung gagawa tayo ng number line, arrange nyo muna yung data. Pwedeng by 2s, by 3s per unit, no? So, dito, naka-by 2 siya, class. So, this is 40, this is 48, then 58, 60, 66, 72, 80, 88. Ito yon class. Ito pa rin naman yon. Yung dataset dyan sa table. Yun nga lang, naka-arrange na siya. So with that, let's say si 40. How far is 40 from 64? E di 24. Si 64 to 48, 16. 58 is 6. 60 is 4, 66 is 2, 72 is 8, 80 is 16, then lastly, for 88, that is 24. So, lahat ng nakabilog dyan, those are the distances of your raw score from the given mean. So, kung kukunin mo yung average niyan, add up lang divided by total. 8 distances yan, kaya meron tayong over 8 dito. So, therefore, as our final answer, that is equal to 12.5 miles per hour class, no? So, this will be our final answer. Pero, meron pa tayong alternative solution. Kasi, syempre, kapag ka nagko-compute tayo, lalo na may time pressure, alangan naman, mag-number line ka pa dyan. Mag-iisip ka pa paano yung arrangement, no? So, alternative solution is with the use of table without arranging the given data set. Let's say ito. So, ang first step natin is finding the mean, di ba? So, kung nahanap mo na, sabi daw doon, 64 yun. So, gawa ka ng table. Let's say, pa-horizontal muna. Kasi hindi kasya yung pa-vertical. So, this is 58, then 88, 40, 60, 72, then 66, 80, tapos 48. Okay. So, this is our given class. Tapos, sunod nun, gawa kayo ng X bar dyan. So, yung dito sa pangalawang row natin, nandun lahat ng mean. So, paulit-ulit yan 64. Kasi di ba dun sa number line, paulit-ulit tayong nagbabawas ng 64. So, regardless, kahit mag-negative ka dyan, hanggang dito sa 48 class. Kahit mag-negative ka, okay lang. Kasi need lang naman natin ay absolute value. Okay? So, ngayon, kunin natin yung values. So, we have first, 58 minus 64. Ilan yun, class? 58 less 64. This is 6. So, positive 6, regardless kung anong sign. Next tayo, 88. 88. Okay, 24, no? Sa 40, 24 ulit. Tama ba? Okay, next dito sa 4, 64, 72. Okay, 72 is 8. 66, 2 sa 80. Okay, so this is 16. Then, this is 16. Tama ba, class? Okay, so after nyan, kunin nyo yung summation. Summation of the absolute value of x minus x bar. Lahat ng naka-red, plus nyo lang. Anong sum? Okay, correct. That is equal to 100. So with that, class, for the third step, di ba sabi natin, for the mean absolute deviation, that is equal to summation of x minus x bar divided by n. Ang summation natin is 100. And your n is equal to 8. So, 8 distances kasi yan. 8 roller coasters din. What is 100 over 8, class?
12.5.
Okay. So, therefore, we still have the same answer for the MAD that is equal to 25 at 12.5 kagaya ng sagot natin dito. So, which do you prefer? Is it number line or table? Anong mas okay sa inyo? Okay, table. So, for me, while I am answering the following examples here, class, no, table din yung mas prefer ko compare sa number line. Kasi ang hassle niyang tingnan, gagawa ka pa ng guhit-guhit doon. So, kung meron tayong manual computation, syempre meron din tayong with the use or with the integration of technology, class, no? And that is using yung mga naglipa ng online calculator, class. So, pwede nyo rin i-try to only for checking. Kasi syempre during examination or quizzes, lalo na kung F to F yan, di ba? Hindi naman tayo nakakapag-phone. So, much better if alam pa rin yung manual. So, like for example, eto, class, no? So, input nyo lang yung data. 58, then input ko muna, class, for a while. Yan. So, like for example, this one. Okay, ito yung dataset natin. So, in-input ko muna siya. Sabi kasi dito, enter, comma, separated data. So, use comma for separation. Pero may ibang online calculator din naman na ang need niya lang ay simply space lang. Okay? So, after nyan, submit data ka lang. Tapos yan na, may sagot ka na, class. So, tama yung sagot natin. The mean absolute deviation is equal to 12.5. For population size, that is also equal to 8. And then for the mean, that is equal to 64. So, make sure lang na tama yung in-input nyo dito, class. Kasi baka mamaya 48, nalagay nyo 38. Magbabago po talaga yung sagot dyan. So, either population or sample man yan, parehas lang naman yung magiging answer natin. Are we clear so far for these examples, class? Okay ba tayo dyan? Ayan, save nyo na lang yung link, class. Pero sa Google, tatype na lang naman yun. Mean Absolute Deviation Calculator. Yung mga calculator soup, ang dami niyan dyan, class. Okay po. So now let's proceed with another example. So let's say we have this one. Okay, kindly read our next example. Sige, Mr. Ladisla. Or what do you prefer? Is it Miss or Mr. Ladisla? How will I call you?
Kayo na pong bahala.
Okay, sige. Okay, Miss Ladisla na
Bird.
lang. Sige.
Okay po. The table
go.
shows the maximum flying speed of the 10 fastest birds worldwide. Find the mean absolute deviation of the set of data. Round to the nearest 100. Describe what the mean absolute deviation represents.
Okay, thank you for that, Miss Ladisla. So with that, class, we have the following speeds of top 10 fastest birds in miles per hour, class, no? So given that 10 yun, so syempre, yung n natin ay magbabago din. So this is your data set. We have 10, 88, 77, 65, 70, 65, and so on. So again, first thing to do is we need to find what is the mean of the given data set. And with that, so para sa x bar natin, that is equal to, ayan, so you have 88 plus 77 plus 65, hanggang sa matapos nyo, class, no? Going to 106, then 68. Okay, kindly check what is the mean of the given data set. Okay, so that is 78.6, no? That is correct. 786 yung total divided by 10. So, 78.6. So, ngayon, second step natin, gawa tayo ng table. So, paano naman? Pa-vertical. So, nandito yung mga raw scores. 65, then 70, 65 ulit. Okay. Suppose straight yung linya ko, class, no? Kayo nang mag-straight, mag-ruler na lang kayo. And then, we have our x bar here. So, 78.6. Kung decimal, class, huwag nyo muna i-round off, ha? Since gagamitin pa natin for other purposes. Okay? So, as is nyo lang. So, with the given, hanggang dun sa 68, 78.6 lahat.
78.6. 9.4. So, ata siya ang lahat.
Okay, then after nyan, subtract na isa-isa, class, no? We have the absolute value of x minus x bar. Okay, so una, 88 less 78.6.
9.4.
Okay, 88, that is correct, 9.4. Next, 77. Okay, 1.6. So, 65. Correct, 13.6. So, 70. Okay, 8.6. 65, ganun din naman ulit, diba? 13.6 ulit. 72.
72. 6.6.
Okay, 72, 6.6. 95.
95.
Okay,
16.4.
16.4.
80.
80.
1.4.
1.4. 106. Okay, 27.4. 68.
10.6.
Okay, 10.6. For those who are still typing their answers, kindly double check na lang kung tama yung mga nalagay natin dito, class. Kasi syempre, mali isa, mali na lahat. Let's say dito, 9.4, ginawa niyong 7.4. Apektado na yan hanggang dulo. Kaya double check niyo lahat. Okay? So ngayon, we have the summation. So ito, add up nyo lang lahat yan, class. So plus nyo lang. Basta sinabing summation, plus, plus, plus lang yun lagi. Okay? So you have the summation of x minus x bar. Ilan yan? Lahat.
Bye-bye, Drew. Bye-bye.
16.4 plus 1.4 plus 27.4 plus 109.2.
Okay, so that is 109.2. Tama lang yan, class. Sana pare-paras tayo. So, as your third step for the MAD, okay, so 109.2, divide nyo by 10. Bakit 10? Kasi your N is equal to 10. 10 to, di ba? So, with that, you have 10.92 as your final answer. 10.92 miles per hour for the mean absolute deviation. Okay? Kindly check, class, using online calculator if they have the same answer. Check nyo using yung kanina, the soup calculator natin. Are they the same? Okay, same lang daw. So, therefore, tama yung naging sagot natin. So, wag nyo lang to i-round off, class, ha? Baka gawin yung 79 kaagad. May ano pa tayo, further computation pa. Hanggat hindi pa siya pinaka-final na sagot, wag munang mag-round off. Okay? So, with that, let's proceed with the comparing variation. So, comparing variation, class, is parang MAD pa rin naman. It's just that, meron na tayong 2 or more variables na involved. So, magko-comparison na tayo this time. Like for example, dito, we have the 2010 New York Yankees salaries in terms of $1 million. So, top 5 and then the bottom 5. At first glance, alam naman na natin kung ano yung mga data set na somehow malalapit and malalayo, no? So, bottom 5, closer. Pero syempre, we are dealing with statistics kasi. So, hindi tayo pwedeng mag-conclude based lang sa observation. So, kailangan merong further testing, further analyzation of the given data set. So, we will use the mean absolute deviation for us to have the proof na they are closer together talaga. So, for the top 5, kagaya ng ginagawa natin kanina, for its mean, that is equal to 23.40. So, paano nakuha? Ito yon, add up, divided by 5. Kaya, meron kang 23.4. After nun, get the distance. So, from the given raw scores, ima-minus mo lang ng 23.4. So, that is the absolute value of 33 minus 23.4. Kaya, meron kang 9.6 dito. Another, that is 24.29 minus 23.4 ulit. Kaya meron kang 0.89 naman. And then, hanggang sa maubos mo, class, no? Going to 16.5 minus 23.4, that is 6.90. So, therefore, as your absolute mean absolute deviation, that will be equal to $4.19 million for top 5. What about sa bottom 5? So, bottom 5 naman, for the mean of the raw score or data set, that is 0.43. So, bawasan mo lahat ng raw scores mo ng 0.43. Ito yung mga magiging values nila. And with that, as your computation for the mean absolute deviation, yung average distance, that is equal to $0.01 million. So, paano tayo ngayon magko-compare? The mean absolute deviation for the bottom 5 salary is much less than that for the top 5 salary. The data for the bottom 5 are closer together than the data for the top 5 salary. Tama naman, di ba? Kasi yung sa isa, 4.19, yung bottom 5 natin ay 0.01 lang. So, paano natin nasabi na they are closer together? Take note kanina, based dun sa introduction natin kanina, class, no, sa measure of variation, if we got a measure which is 0, meaning they are alike or homogeneous. So, 0.01 is somehow malapit kay 0. That's why yung mga values natin, hindi man pare-parehas, pero magkakalapit lang yung dataset. Kaya, nasabi natin na they are closer together compared with the top 5. So, obvious naman, dun sa given dataset kanina, closer together naman talaga. So, from 0.45, 0.43, 0.41. Hindi kagaya nung sa top 5 natin. So, from 33 down to 24, down to 16.5. Okay po? Clear ba tayo dito so far sa comparing variation using MAD class? Okay tayo dyan? Okay, thank you for that. So, proceed tayo with another example. Let's say, this one. So, running time for movies in minutes ng comedy versus drama. Kindly check using online calculator which of the following have a lower value of mean absolute deviation and homogeneous one. Alin dito? Or somehow closer kung hindi man homogeneous, no? Which of these two? So, input nyo muna yung comedy, tapos calculate. Then, input nyo naman yung drama, calculate ulit. Go.
Lolo. 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 Ikaw. Ikaw muna. Lolo. Lola. Lolo. Pagsikas. Oh, pagi mo. Gas. Pagsikas.
Negative 0.8.
Bigat para dito, bibigan lo. Bigan sa opas. Hintayin mo, ito bigat para dito eh. Ano nang gigigil? Aam ka. Masyado mong ginag ka na, masaktan ka eh. Nasaktan ka. Nasaktan ka kasi.
These are negative.
Oh, 1, 2, 3.
Okay, so comedy is less than drama. Okay, correct. Ano bang value natin for comedy? 4 point something yan, di ba? 4 point, yes, 4.16. For drama, okay, correct. So that is, so comedy is equal to 4.16.
Meron ako yung saging.
Sa drama, 12.24. Yan yung MAD nila. So therefore, comedy has a closer values of data observation from the given mean compare with the drama class, no? Pero hindi naman ibig sabihin na homogeneous ang comedy kasi 4 is farther from 0, di ba? Medyo malalayo pero hindi ganun kalayo compare with the drama. Okay? So that is how are we going to compare the variation. If you want class, meron pa tayong additional example dito. Pwede kayong mag-try habang nagsasagot kayo, no? Okay? And then, proceed tayo with the variance. So, variance is the measure of dispersion for a given set of data points around their given mean. Sabi natin kanina, this is the highest point or form of measurement among the given measure of variation. So, with that, Variance is another measure of variation which can be used instead of the range. So, the deviation of the variance is considering the given mean or observation from the mean class, no? So, paano ba natin kinukuha ang variance? So, we have the following formula for ungrouped data for population and sample. They are just the same. Ang difference lang is yung denominator for population at saka yung way kung paano or paano natin dinedenote yung mean nila. So like for example, dito, for population variance, mu. Kay sample variance naman, that is x bar. Pero same lang yon, parehas ang tinutukoy ay average. Para naman sa denominator, for population variance, that is n, then sample variance is n minus 1. So, check tayo ng example. So, we need to find the population and sample variance daw of the following distribution. So, meron tayong 34, 35, 45, 56, 32, 25, and then 40. So, as our step 1, we need to find the population mean. So, that is equal to 267 divided by 7, which is 38.14. Saan galing yung 267, ma'am? Ito yon class, no? Kinuha lang natin, add up, 267 yan, lahat. Divided by 7, so 38.14. Yung x bar, ganun din. Same lang naman eh. Average is equal to 38.14 po. So ngayon, complete the table. So dun sa midterm group project nyo class, gawa kayo ng table. Sa isang table lang, nandun na yung, or pwede na nating makuha dun yung apat. Population variance, sample variance, then standard deviation ng population and sample. Okay, kahit isang table lang po. So with that, from your given, let's say X, these are your raw scores. 34, 35, 45, in random order. So your N is equal to 7 kasi 7 raw scores to. Ngayon, sa second column, nandito yung difference ng raw score and the mean. Ano bang mean natin? Nakuha na natin yan kanina. 38.14 yan. Okay? So, sa sample, x minus x bar ka naman dun. Same lang. So, paano kukunin? Like, for example, dito, you have 34 minus 38.14. So, that is equal to negative 4.14. Regardless, kahit negative or positive, it's okay. Kasi sa third column, nagre-raise to 2 tayo. Okay po? Ano po yun? Hindi po mag-round up. No, as is lang. Nag-round up lang tayo dun sa idea ng quartiles. Pero the rest, ayan, as is lang tayo. Round off lang po lagi. Okay? So next, we have 3.14. So that is from 35 less 38.14. So that is negative 3.14. Next, tip 45. So bawasan mo din ng 38.14. That is 6.86. Sunod, 56 minus 38.14. So that is 17.86. Hanggang sa matapos nyo class, going to 40. Nasusundan po ba paano nakuha or na-fill in yung second column natin, class? Are you sure? Okay, sige. So, next tayo, last column natin, x minus the mean, i-raise to 2 lang. So, yung x minus mean, nakuha nyo na, nasa column 2. So, yung sagot nyo dito sa C2, i-raise to 2 nyo lang. Like, for example, negative 4.14. So, squared mo lang yan. Meron kang 17.14. Next, negative 3.14 squared, that is 9.86. Next, 6.86 squared, eto na yun, 47.06. Hanggang sa matapos niya lahat, class, no? Down to row 40, that is 1.86 squared, 3.46 yan. So, ngayon, yung pinakadulo, yung last row mo, dyan mo lalagay yung summation. So, again, summation is plus lang po, no? So, dito, add up, then you have your given value, 606.86 po. Nasusundan po ba yung table natin so far, class. May questions dito, clarifications. Okay. Yes. Snaira.
Tanong ko lang po, saan po nakuha yung 38.14 po?
Dito sa yung first step natin, population mean. Diba ito yung data set natin, 34 to 40 in random. So, add up nyo yan, divided by 7. So, 7 kasi 7 numbers to.
Okay po, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, sige. Other clarifications, class? Wala na? Okay. So, if none, proceed tayo in computation of the population variance. With that, you have 606.86 divided by 7. That is equal to 86.7. So, kung kukunin naman natin yung para sa variance, sample variance class, yun pa rin naman yung table. So, ang magpapalit lang, ito, yung sa denominator, 7 minus 1. So, therefore, that is equal to 101.14. Pero again, syempre, class, no, may online calculator din tayo para dyan. So, search nyo lang, variance calculator. So, you have 34, 35. Okay. Eto siya, class. Okay, so like for example, ayan, enter nyo muna yung dataset using comma. Then, kung need nyo population, so i-tick nyo yung population. Tapos calculate. So legit naman yung nasa PPT natin, 86.7. Dito, saka na tayo nag-round off. Nagputol na tayo ng answer. Kasi final answer naman na yan. Wala nang further computation. Ito yung variance nyo. Lalabas na rin dyan yung standard deviation, 9.31. So yung summation, tama lang, 606.86. Yung mean, 38.14. Kung gusto niyo naman ng sample variance class, click nyo naman dito, itong kabila, sample, tapos calculate nyo dyan. Ayan. So, sakto lang din yung sagot. You have 101.14. Then, standard deviation is 10.05. The mean is 38.14. Sum of squares is 606.86. Ma'am, can we use this one for calculation? Oo naman, class, no? Pwede pa nga kayong gumamit ng mga app for data analysis if you want. As long as maglalagay pa rin kayo ng interpretation and conclusion doon sa dulo ng paper. Okay? You may take a screenshot of the following dataset. Let's say, nag-input kayo dyan, tapos in-screenshot nyo. Pwede naman. Meron din sa Excel class, data analysis, pwede nyo rin gamitin yon. Okay po? Question so far for this example? Any clarification? Okay. So, kung wala, then let's proceed with the standard deviation. So, nakalagay na dito yung standard deviation class, no? So, paano ba siya kinukuha? Bale, from the given variance, square root lang nun. Okay? May sagot tayo sa variance kanina, di ba? 86.7 population. Then, sa sample, 101.14. Kung gusto mong kunin yung standard dev, square root mo lang. So, square root ng 86.7, 9.31. Kaya dun sa online calculator, 9.3 something. And then, for ungrouped data naman, for sample variance na 101.14, square root nun, that is 10.06. Okay? So, with that, these are the given example. Kaya sabi ko sa inyo kanina, isang table lang, kaya nang kunin yung 4, no? So, bali 8 yun, class, kasi dalawang diba? Dalawang topic. Okay po. So, dalawang standard deviation, dalawang variance. Tig-isa. Okay po. May population and sample variance ka pa. Kunin nyo both class, ha? For the given. Okay po. So, lastly, we have the quartile deviation and the interquartile deviation. So, quartile deviation is another way of determining the spread of a distribution. Yun nga lang, in terms of quartile na. So, dito quartile, meron din namang decile and percentile, pero hanggang quartile lang tayo, class, no? So, you have the last and then the first quartile location divided by 2 nyo lang. So, like for example, here, we need to find the quartile deviation in the data. You have 14, 18, 19, 20, 24, 29, and then 31. So, hanapin nyo muna yung Q sub 1 and then Q sub 3 natin. So, di ba ang formula natin, gaya ng discussion natin last week, Q sub K is equal to K times N divided by 4. Second formula. Kung first formula naman, Q sub K equals K times N minus 1 plus 4 over 4. Ito ay F1, ito ay F2. So, dito round up. Dito naman ay round off. Okay? So, with that, let's say gamit tayo ng second formula. Q sub 1. So, your K is 1, your N is 7. Divided by 4. What is 7 over 4, class?
1.75.
Okay, this is 1.75 or 2. Kaya second. So, quartile 1 is located at second position. Next, Q sub 3. So, Q sub 3, 3 times 7 divided by 4. 21 over 4. 3. Okay, 5.25. Eh, nasa second formula tayo. So, magiging 6 na to, class. Diba? So, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 29. So, your Q sub 1 is 18. Your Q sub 3 is 23. Therefore, 29. Therefore, you have 29 minus 18 divided by 2. That is equal to 5.5 class. So, what about the interquartile range? So, sa quartiles natin, given that you have your median, which divides your quantile or quartiles into 2 equal parts or 2 equal distribution, dun sa pagitan ng median, you have your Q sub 1 and Q sub 3 na in between the lower half and the upper half of your data set. So, matatagpuan natin yung Q sub 1 sa lower quartile and yung Q sub 3 naman sa upper quartile natin. So, given that you have Q1 and Q3 sa interquartile range class, so parang yung range lang din natin kanina, highest minus lowest. So, with that, kung nakuha natin kaninang value, Q sub 3, 29, then Q sub 1 is 18, so that will be equal to 11. If quartile to class, Q sub 3, Q sub 1. Kung decile naman, ganun pa rin naman, no? So, sa decile, bali ang makuha natin, D sub 9, kasi D sub 9 ang highest, then D sub 1 ang lowest. If that is percentile, P sub 99 minus P sub 1. Ganun din naman. Kung quartile or decile deviation over 2, kung range lang, ganito siya. Kung percentile deviation over 2, kung ang kailangan ay range lang, eto naman, yung 99 minus sub 1 natin. Okay? Pero again, quartiles lang po tayo. So, with that, check natin another example. So, we have the animal speeds. Animals are cheetah. Ang speed ay 70 miles per hour. Lion has 50 miles per hour of speed. Cat ay 30. Elephant, 25 mph. Sa mouse naman ay 8. Then, spider is 1. So, if we are asked to find for the range, highest is 70, ang lowest is 1. So, therefore, 69 miles per hour. What about for the interquartile range? So, hanapin nyo muna yung Q sub 3, then Q sub 1. So, you have Q sub 1. So, Kn over 4 pa din tayo. Your K will be 1 and your N is 6 to class, diba? So, divided by 4. So, what is 6 over 4 class? Okay, that is 1.5 or second. So, ito yun, no? That is 8. What about Q sub 3? So, 3 times 6 divided by 4 pa din. 18 over 4. Okay, that is 4.5. Or, nasa fifth, no? So, therefore, ang Q sub 1 is 8. And then, ang Q sub 3 natin is 50. So, kung ang tinatanong ay range class, 50 minus 8, so that is equal to 42. What about sa quartile deviation class? What about sa quartile deviation? Ano kayang magiging answer natin? Kindly check. What will be our quartile deviation? Okay, very good. That is equal to 21. Tama, no? Same ba tayo ng sagot? Yes. 21 din ba sa inyo? Okay, yes daw, sabi ni Nuile. So, paano ulit? Kagano kanina? Q sub 3 minus Q sub 1 divided by 2. Ang Q3 mo, 50. Ang Q1 mo is 8. So, 42 over 2, we have 21. So, therefore, for the answer on the quartile deviation, that is equal to 21. So, the range is 69. The median is 27.5. The lower quartile is 8. The upper quartile is 50. And the interquartile range is 42. So, is there any questions or clarification so far, class, from the given examples po? Any katanungan? Baka may questions tayo dito. Oh, sorry for my background audio. Andiyan naman ang mga kamanukhan. Any questions po, class? Wala. Are you sure? Sigurado? Pero doon naman sa group project ninyo, class, ang need nyo lang naman yung standard deviation, variance, saka yung range, diba? So, other measures dito, hindi naman na natin need doon. Okay po? So, meron pa tayong mga additional questions dito if you want for trial class, no? Pwede nyong sagutan. So, pag sinabing comparing variation, MAD pa rin naman ang tinatanong natin dyan. So, room A versus room B, set of scores on a science test in 2 different classrooms. So, then we have the temperature for the first half of the year for Antelope, Montana, and Augusta, Maine. So, check the measures of variation of the 2 cities. Next, wind speed and then palm trees class, no? So, kindly check. Dito sa wind speed in Pennsylvania City, ang hinahanap ay range, median, and the lower upper quartile. Sa trees naman, measures of variation pa din. Okay? So, with that, dito ko na lang muna tatapusin ang ating session for today class, no? So, daily routine, we have another activity for this one. And magkakaroon pa din tayo ng quiz number 2 regarding our discussion last week, which is the quantile and this measures of variation. So, by next week, magkikita-kita pa rin naman tayo, class. That is October 29, no? Kailan ang nyo, class? ACAD break nyo? Anong sinabi sa inyong date ng ACAD break? 30 ba or 31?
28.
30 daw po.
30?
So, Wednesday, wala na kayong pasok nun.
Yes po.
Sure na yun.
Hindi po.
Bago-bago kasi ang nursing class. Ewan ko ba.